Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to start my day with a little bit of listening to my audiobook and some knitting because I am making a sweater for my birthday. I've done this every year since I am able to knit, and I need it to be finished by the 30th of October because that's my birthday. No, wait, by the 26th of October because that is when I will celebrate my birthday with my family. And I want to wear it. So I have to finish the body and the sleeves. But I just figured out that this yarn is UV reactive, which is amazing. So it glows in the dark with UV light. But that is so cool. So I'm just going to do that for a little while, and then I'm going to go to my parents' house because I have some more tutoring to do today. And yeah, that's about as far as I have planned because I have nothing else to do. Also, I am taking Ninth House with me for when I finish this book so I can go read Ninth House because I cannot wait. House now, and well, I finished Lock Every Door this morning and I loved it. It was a great thriller. It was not too scary, so it was perfect for me and other people who are easily scared just like me. And because I was in the train and Ninth House was in my suitcase and I didn't want to open that thing in front of all those people, I started The Turn of the Key by Ruth. Ware, is that? I'm not sure, but it's another thriller. So that's another 8 hours of an audiobook that I really want to finish very soon. Okay, this is try number 2 because I had an all rambly story and I didn't record. So try number 2. I've just been tutoring the same girl as I talked about last week, and she told me that on a test she had last week she got a 7 out of 10, which is wonderful because she usually gets 4s or 5s, and I'm so proud of her. She did really well and she studied really hard. And today we worked some more on reading comprehension, which she is already improving in. So next week we'll start on some more difficult texts, and I'm just really proud of how well she does. And yeah, so now I'm going to drive home and listen to The Turn of the Key, and I am thoroughly enjoying that audiobook. The narrator is great. She portrays so much emotion in her voice alone. And it just sounds real. And I already am intrigued by the story. I have no clue about what is going to happen. I know that, and you know this from the beginning of the book, that one of the children she is taking care of dies or is killed. And that she is in prison for it. And she says she's innocent. And I am desperate to know and to find out what happened and why it happened. And I also want to finish it real quickly because I really, really, really want to read Ninth House because that is one of my most anticipated books of this year. And I want to get to it, but I also want to finish this book. So I will not just switch, I will actually finish this one. So I'll do that now and drive around for a little bit because my dad won't need his car until 6:30 and right now it's 3:45. I got some time. No, I guess I will just drive straight home because my parents like that. But so I'll check in with you later about my audiobook and if I still like it then. I am so tired. And this audiobook of Turn the Key, it is wonderful. I love it and I want to finish it. But I'm afraid that if I will just lie in my bed like I'm doing right now, it's so nice and cozy. If I do that, I will just fall asleep and it's only 8, so it's a little early. I don't really know what to do. So I am sort of planning to do a bookshelf tour for next week maybe of my new shelves in my parents' room because I did them and I showed that in a vlog, but I didn't show you what books I have or how I organized this. So if you're interested in that, please leave a comment below and tell me. Because it seems like, I always like watching them, so I want to do one. So tell me if you're interested. Thank you. Day, and I thought I would do a little get unready with me and talk about my favorite books, or at least about books in general. So let's just get rid of all this makeup and, I use the Nivea Double Effect Eye Makeup Remover. That's the one my parents have in their house. And I didn't feel like bringing my own. I dropped a cat. So my favorite books of all time are, as I mentioned in my BookTube newbie video, are the Harry Potter series and the Shadowhunter Chronicles and Twilight and Hunger Games. And that is the case because I started reading them when I was in high school and when I had and when I had fallen out of love with reading for a little while. And then I discovered those books. No, that is not true. I discovered Twilight and the Hunger Games and the Shadowhunter Chronicles in high school. I read Harry Potter when I was a child, but that was a definite favorite. I got my first Harry Potter book in 2005, and I think I was 9 by that time, but I flew through the first book. And then I begged my parents to buy me the second one. And they did. I don't even know how I got them to do that because, I don't know, maybe I'm just spoiled. But I got the second Harry Potter book and I loved it. And since then, every time a new Harry Potter book came out, well, they were out, most of them were out, but every year on my birthday, I would get the next book in the series from family members or from whomever. So on my birthday or with Christmas, I would get a new Harry Potter book. And anytime I would get one, I would start with book number 1 again and read all of them until the book that I just received, and then I would have finished all the books that I had. So I have read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stones, so many times that I cannot even count it, because I also read the audiobooks and I've also read the illustrated editions, so I don't even know how many times I've read them. And then the Shadowhunter books, I discovered those in high school, as I said, and I read them in Dutch. And I did read the Harry Potter series in Dutch as well at first, but I read them in English as well a couple of times. Anyway, back to Shadowhunters. I saved up all my pocket money, my allowance money, for the first book in Dutch, and when I got it because the movie had come out. And that's why I also got the movie cover. And I usually don't get those anymore, but back then I was a teenager, so I wanted beautiful Jamie Campbell Bower on my cover. Anyway, what I didn't know was how obsessed I was going to get with those books. And each time I finished one, which was about in a week or something, I begged my mom to order me the next one, because I wasn't able to order online yet. So I gave my mom all my money and she ordered them for me so I could go pick them up at the bookstore the week after, because my bookstore where I live is so small that they never have any books. And I didn't mind back then, but now I'm very happy with all the bookstores that I have close to me in Amsterdam. But I fell in love with all the characters in Shadowhunters. I loved Jace, and I loved Clare, and I loved Isabel, and I loved Simon, and I loved everyone. And they became my friends. My fictional friends. And, I loved them. And I saved up for all the books in that way. And it was great. And I also fell in love with the Hunger Games, because some of my friends in high school told me to read it. Oh, my face is going to be very red now. But I started reading the Hunger Games, and as with all book characters, I fell in love with Katniss and Peeta, and Gale in a lesser extent. But I fell in love with them and with the story, and I just binge read all of those books, and I could not imagine ever not reading those books. So last year, when I was able to write an essay for literature in school about the Hunger Games, that made me very happy. So I wrote about love triangles in YA fiction and used the Hunger Games as the prime text, because, Gale, Peeta, Katniss, the trio. And okay, back to the makeup removing. I am using the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Revealing Liquid Peel, because I haven't done that in a few days. And I don't really know how this works, but it makes my face feel nice, so that's why I use it. And I just love reading, and I have ever since, and I will never ever stop loving it. And that's why I have so many books now, because I just can't stop. And some of my current favorite books are still the Shadowhunter series, and still Harry Potter, and still the Hunger Games, and still Twilight, but also The Folk of the Air by Holly Black. That means The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King. And I love those. And I cannot wait for Queen of Nothing to come out in November, which will be in less than a month. Or exactly a month. I'm not sure. It will be soon, and I cannot wait. Let me just rinse my face. I just splashed water all over my socks, so there's that. Wonderful. I love it when that happens. Another one of my very favorite books is Vicious and Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, because they are so gray and not black and white. I just love them. I love the story and I love everything about them. Now I'm using the Lunar Glow Vitamin C Hyaluronic Acid Serum, because it hydrates my face. But, you know, if you don't like any of the books that I'm mentioning, that's completely fine, because to each his own. But to each their own. But I will never judge people for liking things, because I don't want to be judged for what I like. And I think that's the way things should be. That you should never judge people on what they like, because that is, you know, everyone's different and everyone's allowed to like things. So, you know, the point of all of this that I'm telling you is that books make my life broader, and books give me a community online. And I mean, I don't have a huge following, and I don't care that I don't have that, because I do this for myself and for my friends, because I love them and I love sharing my thoughts on books, and they love books as well. So I love communicating with them about, well, I don't want to sound repetitive, but books. Now I'm using the Leigh Skincare Hydrotone Light Hydrating Cream. And this is an oil-free cream with hyaluronic acid. I do not know how to pronounce that word. Anyway, I like talking about books. That's the point of this. And I like looking at people taking off their makeup and taking care of their skin. So that's why I'm doing this. And I know I'm totally rambling, but I don't care, because this is for me to have a place to talk about stuff that I like. And that's why I have this channel, to talk about the things I love. So my skin has been taken care of. Anyway, I will listen to my audiobook for a little bit more now, and then go to bed. And then I want to thank you all again for watching, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow. So, good night.